put this stuff in here. I think I'm gonna chop this last onion. Alright, we got all our ingredients into this pan or pot or whatever you call it. And we're gonna go ahead and mix this up. And we're gonna put some olive oil in. Now, here on the Gob, we rarely measure anything, or never actually, because we just don't. I don't even have a measuring cup. So every time we make a dish, it comes out a little different. No two dishes, like no two snowflakes, ever come out alike. Which is fine by me, because that's just the way it works. So we put our bulgur, our cilantro, our parsley, our garlic, our olive oil, and our salt, and our onions. And I don't think there's missing any ingredients, but I forgot tomato. So I'm going to cut up some tomato. Although lately I found out that tomatoes aren't that good for you. There's a woman who was giving me some nutritional advice. I'm hopefully going to have her as a guest on the show. But this dish calls for tomatoes, so we're going to put tomatoes and pepper too. A lot of pepper and a little more salt. Alright, we've cut up these Roma tomatoes, which are a super good deal down there at Santa Cruz Market. And I usually don't put my tomato in my salad until I'm about to eat it. But in this case, I'm going to go ahead and put this tomato in here. Because I'll probably end up eating this whole thing today anyway, or the next day. So I guess they won't get too mushy, I hope. Okay, we're using this olive oil that I got from the dollar store. It's $1.49 for 250 milliliter. Now we're not going to do a hydrofryer, we're actually going to fry this in olive oil. So I guess the rules don't be much here in the Gob. But we're going to let this get real hot. And this cheap olive oil, that reminds me of something. The odor, you know how it takes you back to somewhere that you've been before? I'm going to get this stuff get really hot, because we're going to just flash this in the pan, as they say. We're going to flash in the pan, so to speak. And we're not going to cook this for very long at all. Maybe a minute on each side and we'll call it done. And a lot of times if I have some cheese, I melt cheese on top. But I don't have any cheese because I've been laying off dairy. I must say the grapefruit diet does seem to be working. I've lost like 7 pounds since Christmas. But I also quit eating dinner. So that might help me do that. But I've been eating a grapefruit before every meal. I missed a couple, but for the most part I've been doing it. Half a grapefruit.
Supposed to be able to do it for a really long time. We haven't had a candidate we were able to fall in love with. Here we had a whole stage full of people you could fall madly crazy in love with. And why?
Alright, we're going to serve it up. I might have overcooked it. It creates a little limey olive juice that's really quite delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. All our chili and our garlic cannot go to waste. I haven't even tried this, so I'm not sure I have enough salt and pepper. But we'll know in a second. Well, I just picked this up at Tri-County. It's last year's issue of Dining. This painting was done by my friend and business associate David Forby. So that's, I might actually frame that because I can't afford to buy his art at this point. And also, I think people might realize and ask, does the Gobbling Gourmet, what does he think he's doing trying to mix politics with culinary art? So sometimes I wonder and ask myself, do food and politics mix? And can we mix food and preparation with politics?
Yes, we can.
Okay. In that case, let's try her out. Wow. Could use a little more salt on the salad. that low budget olive oil has a really distinct flavor, but I like it, so I'm hanging with it. Anyway, thanks Luis the Cuban Anarchist for showing me these dishes. I always love learning a new thing from friends. So anyone who has anything good to show me, please bring them on. But this is really good. So viva la revolución. And join us next week. Well, I'm going to do a couple things. I promised Liz Castle up in Woodstock, New York, that I'd show her a simple idea I used to make for baby food for my plumber's kid when he didn't have a babysitter to bring her to work when he was plumbing up my house. And I happened to cook this food that ended up being a really awesome baby food. So we'll be making that next week. And since that won't take much time, I'm also going to prepare something. The first thing I ever learned how to make when I was a kid in Costa Rica, surfing at the beach. We'd go down to the beach on the weekends and surf. And we didn't have a lot of dough, so someone brought along a pot and showed us how to make a really simple but delicious meal. So I'm going to share that with you. It's like the simplest thing on earth that can be made, but probably the most popular dish on earth. So then, signing off, and bon appetit.